Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? There's quite nice, right? Okay. There's a little bit difference. I will conduct this presentation all in English, and talking with but David gave me a lot of inspiration. Here, I'm just a professional, work in an office where I spend a lot of my time there just to get money. But there's an interesting thing I saw from Pak David that we have the new Airbnb for photography, right? So we don't need to take picture for myself, and I did it before. I asked some of the newspaper to take picture of me, so I don't need to do it for myself. Okay, that's a little bit correct of this morning. But what I want to talk about today is all about money. You guys laughing, yeah? But I'm released. We talk about money. Okay, you guys feel energized. So this is what I try to talk about. Why, when you hear or listen the word money, makes you feel energized, makes you feel like happy. Isn't that weird? What does this piece of paper do? It's just a piece of paper, right? No? Okay, that's the essence of money. Money contains an energy. Sorry, does it work? Okay. Oh, the picture is different. Okay, here we go. So here you can see the money. Actually, what does this green things do? Is it some kind of the energy that charge people up, that make people feel like you can do anything you want? Or is it things that can give you power, that you can get everything, get things done, get everything you want in an instant? Is it make you that happy? Now, the question is, money is like an energy. So we have to understand what energy does. What is the 5 characteristics of energy? So here, there's a rule number 1, that energy cannot be created or destroyed in an isolated system, just like the battery. It contains energy. It cannot go anywhere because it is isolated. But the problem is, energy tends to escape. Number 2. Sorry. Can you help me? I'm not sure what is going on. Okay. Okay, let me continue with that. That's okay. So number 2, the energy is actually, energy in an isolated system actually creates heat, just like car engine. A car engine can only works, or this flashlight can only works if the energy creates heat. And then you can operate your cars by heating the engine. If you haven't hit your engine yet, those energy doesn't do a thing. They are wasted. They cannot push the car to move. Sorry, can somebody help? I need the picture to... Okay, it's all good? Okay, thank you. So there you go. That's the car engine. Next, rule number 3. Things will not move unless you put external force on it. For example, this car. Imagine this is the car that I talk about. You hit the engine up, and how to move this car is actually by giving force to move the car itself. It moves because of the radio control. It contains the energy, okay? Number 4, okay, we can see, this is for the example, if you push a boulder, the boulder at the start of the time, it doesn't move at all. But when you push it, it moves. And rule number 4 is, things will go faster the more you push. Just like the car, when you hit the gas, it moves. But when you hit deeper, it will move faster and faster. So, we come with the 5th characteristic, which is, for every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction. This is the example. When you put force from the left in the pendulum, it will go to the right with the same amount of energy. So next, I'm going to show you what does these things do. The battery, the gas canister, the lighter. What they do have in common? Anybody? They have gas. The battery doesn't have gas. They explode. They explode. Sorry? They don't produce energy. The answer is they store energy. If they produce, then we will be rich, right? We're selling energy. But the question is, does these things actually what we need? Yes, we know that we need them to generate all of those things we need in life. For example, the flashlight, we need the light. Those lighters, we need the fire. Those cars, we need how they move, the kinetic energy. But all of these things are redundant. You have to pay battery to get the electricity. You have to buy the gas canister to get the gas. There's new type of energy that you haven't heard about, or maybe you know but you don't notice it. It is, anybody can guess? Of course, what I talk about is the money. It's the new container of the energy. How can this happen? I can explain you by a tale of fried rice. Anybody had a fried rice this morning? Anybody? Yeah, I haven't got fried rice. Oh, you got fried rice. Okay, now, I want you to think about this for 5 seconds. Think about how much or what does it take to create a fried rice. 5 seconds. List down anything you think about to create a fried rice. 1, 2. List down. 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check your list with my list here. To create a fried rice, you need a cook, someone who cook for you, or yourself to cook it. Number 2, to cook the fried rice, you need a tool, the stove. And to use the stove, you will need the palm oil. You have to do it for frying things, right? And you also need the farmers who create the oil, who raise the paddy, the rice. And also, what is the nicest things in fried rice? Their meat, the chicken egg. So we need chicken from the poultry. And combine all of these things, it creates a fried rice. But think about this. Do you think all of these things is the ingredient of fried rice? I mean, the things that you need? No. Think about this. How's the stove? Who created the stove? How's the farmer? Who created the tools for the farmer to do the farming? How's the palm oil? Who raised the palm oil? So the list will still go on and on and on. We still need to mine for the iron ore to create the stove. We will need the factories to do things. We need the farmers to farm all these things. So think about it. If there is no monetary system, no money at all, how do you cook a fried rice? How long will it take? It will take centuries. Think about designing the stove. Think about how to get those iron ore in a mountain. Think about how to raise the chicken. You can't even chase the chicken yet. So that's the thing about money. They have the energy. You give the energy to someone else to do things. So they spend the energy to help you get things done in time. So people are charged up when they are listened to money. That's why money has energy. Next question. The history of money itself. How can these people think about getting this money? How can people invent money? This is the interesting part. I have to take you back far behind, back to the prehistoric system. This era where people still think about only eating to sustain their life. That's the basic thing of life. You have to eat to replenish yourself. That's why when I asked you this afternoon, have you eat? Have you got your fried rice? So we talk only about food because we need to replenish ourselves. That's the essential of your life, the energy. So people have to spend all of their time in the prehistoric era to hunt. They risk their life. They spend their energy to get energy. Isn't that funny? You spend energy to get energy. But people are getting tired of these things. They know that their life is not just running there, chasing some chicken, killing their chicken and eat their meat, and that's it. Some of these people actually do the hardest part of their life. The activity called thinking. That's the hardest part, right? They invent the farming system. Farming system is essentially important. They create the sustainable food resources in the society. You don't need to risk your life anymore to kill a big elephant. You don't need to spend more energy just to get the same amount of food by using the farming system. Meaning that there were hunters, a lot of hunters, but then some of them changed their profession into farmers, leaving the other behind doing nothing. They got bored. And when they got bored, what do? They think. I think about something. I get bored. I cannot find food. I have to depend myself on the other farmers to give me food. So I have to do what we call the trading system, which they invent more tools and culture to help this society to grow. But this trading system is not something that is efficient. Imagine in this picture, what happened to this guy in this picture? They bring a basket of fruit, you can see on the left, how heavy it is. And they only trade it with 2 pieces of chicken. Do you think the energy he spent to bring the fruit is equal to those 2 pieces of chicken? No. This is why the barter system, the first trading system, is not that working. It's inefficient. So, we have to talk about the currency. It helps the trading system. These 5 currency things are, I listed them here. First, we talk about it has to be legitimized. Second, it is hard to forge, not easy to be counterfeited. Nobody can build it unless some people do. It must be durable. Imagine if you bring the fruit and then in the middle of the journey, the fruit fell down and it breaks. It has to be portable, easily to move, and also it is divisible. Imagine that if I talk to you, hey, I want to buy your shoe. How much does it cost? Half of your chicken. So I have to cut my chicken half and throw the other way. It's inefficient, right? So think about it. What is this 5 characteristic fits? Have you ever think about something that fits all of these 5 characteristics? Anybody? We haven't come to that conclusion yet. First is the gold. Gold has all these 5 characteristics. It cannot be destroyed easily. It is hard to forge because you have to melt it down in a very high degree Celsius. And then it has to be legitimized. Look at every gold bars you have ever seen. They have some kind of the brand from which central bank it is, or from we have Aneka Tambang and that kind of things. Those are the legitimation.
Exactly.
But since creating gold is not easy, that leaves you with just an IOU system. This is where the first paper currency born. I said to you, hey, man, I want to buy your shoes, but those 5 gold bars are very heavy to me. I don't think I can take it now. So how about if I write you a paper down? I say that I owe you 5 bar of gold. Take it later when you have time to go to my house. That's how this money paper works actually. I owe you. But here is a problem. This IOU paper is actually created by the central bank, meaning that the number of money is controlled by them, not by us. We can produce a lot of things, but the number of money is up to the central bank. That's a problem. So I want to challenge you here. If I throw you on this island, having nothing, I have two options for you. Which one do you want to bring between a bar of gold or a food supply? Which one? Food supply, exactly. So this is the wake-up call that money is actually just a tool. So I can say money is not equal to value. This reminds me from someone called Warren Buffett. I'm sorry, but I use reference to far-fetched. But here is what I want to talk about. Price is what you pay, and value is what you get. Price is the goal, but actually what we need is the value. Same like the energy. We need what is inside the battery, not the battery itself. So, to sum it all, from those 5 characteristics of energy with money, I'll take a conclusion for you here. 1. Energy cannot be created or destroyed in an isolated system, just like the money in a banking system. 2. Since energy is in an isolated system, created heat, it's just like money. More money you put in a bank, it creates heat, it creates urge to spend. That's why energy tends to burst out. They try to escape, just like money from your pocket, right? Okay, 3. Something will not move unless you put external force in it, just like works. People won't work for you if you don't pay them, because it's a transfer of energy. They spend their energy, but without money, they cannot replenish their self. 4. Things will go faster if you keep pushing. So see, more money you paid for, the faster they will work, or over time. Now it's just a little bit of joke here. And this is the most important part. For everything action you give, the equal and opposite reaction will come. So meaning that you will get what you pay. Just like the pendulum. So, which one you choose? You want to chase the money and tire yourself, then kill yourself by just getting the money? This reminds me to Mr. Horst Kohler. Another reference by him. Money might make money, but money doesn't create value. People create value with their ideas and hard work, meaning that you get money and you have to spend it in order to have things that you want, not the money itself. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice day.
Terima kasih untuk